There's Laura Polly. Maybe
All
we can not
right.
share at the beginning so we can see people's faces first.
Yeah, let's take the share off and we'll go live to Facebook, please now. Hello, everyone. I'm opening our
Laura Polly.
share
What?
screen.
Laura Polly's here?
Laura
Yeah.
Polly. Oh my God. Hello, Laura.
Yes. Yes.
I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Where are you, Laura?
I'm in San Francisco.
Oh, okay.
Haven't left yet.
When do you leave to Uganda? Or Uganda?
Yeah.
Ukraine.
September 4th.
Oh.
No, would you mind stopping the screen share so we can see everyone? Thank you. Hi, everyone. I don't know if I can open this.
You went over there. How do I find you?
Hey, Paul.
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh, there we go.
Hi, Amy. Hi, Shane.
Let's see. Judy was at the morning, so I got Jane and Marlene. I got 3 of the 5 sisters here. So.
That was there this morning too, I think, wasn't she?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, she
that
was.
was.
Hi, Amy.
Hello.
Your 7-minute speech today. You ready for it during the presentation? Classic. We're gonna wait a few minutes before we start.
You hit your goal. That's impressive. Congratulations.
Well, we just keep moving the line. Like,
I know.
yeah, no, I mean 15. I mean 20. Oh, I mean 25.
That's so great. That's so great.
So we're gonna do one of these every week.
Yeah.
So.
Answers to all problems.
There's the Richies.
Hey, hey. Heisters.
We missed the pop.
Oh.
Because I was so nervous I wasn't going to get it at all. So I'm muted. Oh, we got it.
Heaters.
We're
Hello,
ready.
hello, Heaters.
Hi, Easters.
Easter.
I don't think they can hear us yet.
Aaron, Easter.
No.
Well,
I see
there's
a-
Now
Ryan.
you can.
a
Now you can.
Ryan Mickles.
It's pronounced Mickles.
Yes.
All right.
Is that how you spell it, Ryan? Is that right?
I honestly have no idea. I just copied the founder. I
I do that too sometimes. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for coming. We're so excited to celebrate our Toast to TGE's 10-year anniversary. I'm going to hand it off to Rod. All I have is a quick housekeeping, which is we are playing a game of bingo in the next 10 minutes. I've just dropped the instructions into the chat. There's a link, you open it, you put your name, you have a card, and any one of our speakers in the next 10 minutes who says any of the buzzwords, you can mark it on your bingo board. And if you get 5 in a row,
prizes.
big
prizes. Yeah.
But you must,
Huge
in order
prizes.
to win, you have to type bingo into the chat. And then we will check your card and we'll talk with you after the event. So thank you for playing, and over to you, Rod.
Cool. Well, first of all, thank you guys for being here. It's amazing. It's 10 years ago that I founded in 2013 with Alyssa, my daughter. You know, and as you know, our mission is to partner with under-resourced communities, really, and we do self-sustaining projects, greenhouses and chicken coops and things like that. And you'll hear some of those today about some of the projects that we do. But you know, whenever you have an anniversary or a birthday, it's a point really you kind of turn around and look back and say like, wow, we've done a lot over that time. And today's no different. You know, 10 years is a long time. And over those 10 years, we have we've given $390,000 to 70 projects, which is great. But more importantly, we've touched 65,000 lives. And that comes from you guys helping us do this, the projects and donations, the support and all that. So we have lots of people we want to go through. We want to kind of get the toasts going. So I'm going to pass it off to Drew, who's been on 6 projects. He's also a board member. Drew, I pass it to you.
Well, I'm doing bingo, so do I have to? Okay. Yes.
Bingo. How
Just
do
say
you
all
do
the words, say all the words.
I am.
Cheat.
Mission driven. Thank you, Rod. And I wanted to just comment real quickly that to be involved in an organization like this, my wife and I and the other board members, is really an honor. It is impacted our lives forever, our children's lives, all the people that go with us on these trips. And one of the things that I think is not really highlighted are the unsung heroes that help put on these programs and are part of the employees of TGE. And I think we all realize that if you're going to become an employee at a nonprofit, it's really not a place that you're going to become a very, very wealthy person. But one thing you're going to be able to become is enriching many, many people's lives. So I wanted to really thank, Panina, who is not on here, but was on here this morning because she was on the, in Africa. Rihanna, who was on this morning. Ming, of course, who's been, running this so smoothly. And of course, Rod, for starting it. It has been a pleasure and honor. We've made such a great impact. The board members are so amazing. And it's hard to really voice what you experience. Some of you here on this call, I know Terry's coming up and talking, the Heasters have been there. Paul's going to be going there. It's something that Ryan's been there. It is something that, as everyone will comment, is impactful, and you impact so many people's lives. It impacts our lives too, by just being part of this wonderful group and the impact that we've made. So I want to do a quick cheers to everyone that supported these programs, not just donation wide, but from the TGE side. So big cheers. Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Now, it is my pleasure to turn it over to one of my newest friends. I got to go to Uganda this year with the rest of the TGE staff, and Jolly, who's in my top left corner, was our host. Showed us around. He's a great partner of ours, and we're looking forward to working with you for many, many years. A very kind gentleman with a big heart, an amazing family. We got to meet his family and go to his office and some of his staff too. But it's my pleasure to introduce Jolly to make some comments also.
Thank you, Drew. Thank you, Drew. My name is Akabele Jole, the program's coordinator, Youth Partnership Uganda. I'm profoundly humbled to be part of the team that is trying to transform the lives of very many people here in Uganda. And I'm happy for the partnership I developed with TGE, and I'm happy to work with this vibrant team that looks into the improvement of people who are vulnerable in our community. To throw a leaf back on this, in 2020, we experienced some floods in Uganda where lives were lost and the children and relatives were witnessing the death of their relatives. The situation was so pathetic and devastating, and these families, family members were traumatized, and where Youth Partnership Uganda had to offer some psychosocial support to these victims who were traumatized by the floods. What we did, we had to come up with a rapid needs assessment, and which we carried out, and we found out that nothing else that we can give to these people other than starting a livelihood project, and which was the Pigare project. And the directly affected families were 147 that were greatly affected during the floods. And so far, I'm happy with the funding from the Giving Exchange. So far, we have managed to reach to 60 families that have benefited. And we hope in the future, we have to cover up the other household to ensure that we can get them out of poverty. And when TGE gave us the funds, we went ahead to implement this project, and whereby every household
Okay, Jolie,
Yeah,
sorry, we're
yeah.
missing you entirely there. I think we heard a lot of the beginning. If anyone had poor connection, Jolie is the director of Youth Partnership Uganda, where we've done the papering project, and I think that was day 8 of our campaign, if I have the days memorized. where we did the pig rearing in the mountains of Cthulhu Sub-County, where they had been severely affected by floods and landslides in 2020. So we really appreciate Jolie bringing this project to us. And then that day that we visited, we literally took mountain bikes up the side of the mountain to get to these very remote communities who had been displaced by these natural disasters. And Jolie was an incredible host. So I'm sorry we had to cut you off there. We really lost you towards the end, but everyone I think could hear most of the beginning. And I would like to say cheers to Jolie and all of our partnerships around both Kenya and Uganda. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yes, thank you. Can I expound more?
We don't have a good connection with you. If you have something brief to say, can you add your last comment?
Are you getting me now?
No. I'm going to hand it over to
me?
Terry and we'll try you again maybe at the end. Is that okay?
Are you getting me now?
Okay,
It's
it's okay.
a little challenging. Maybe turn off your camera.
Hello.
Um,
Can
Hi,
you
I'm
hear me?
Terry.
Yeah, Jolie, we'll come
Yes,
back
yes.
to you at the end, okay? We're going to let Terry go.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Over to you, Terry.
Hi, I'm Terry, and just to echo what Drew said about the impact that the Giving Exchange trips have had on us as a family. Try not to cry. Is pretty. It's hard to even say, but to see your children in a third world country and interacting and giving in such a way is just mind-blowing, and it was rewarding beyond any measure of the word. Super excited when I see numbers like 65,000 individuals helped and impacted by projects, and super excited. Ming did such an amazing job putting together what we tasked her with, this campaign, 10 days of content, and putting it together so seamlessly, and most of all, just truly humbled by the outreach and the true success of the campaign, and everybody giving and just throwing their hearts out there for just an amazing cause. And I'm just super proud to be part of the Giving Exchange. And I think we have some footage to see. Oh, cheers.
Happy 10-year anniversary to the Giving Exchange.
Happy anniversary to you, the Giving Exchange, and all the team.
Happy 10th anniversary to the Giving Exchange. Long live TGE.
Happy 10-year anniversary to the Giving Exchange. We're really inspired by your work and we really appreciate your support. Thank you so much.
Congratulations to the Giving Exchange. 10 years of anniversary. We hope to celebrate it with the Giving Exchange.
Congress for hitting 10 years, and I pray that God should bless them more and continue using them more to bless other people.
Ra TGE eye na kikumi eye ya maunza eye ni mtu wa teacher aritasha lelembere.
So we get all these congratulations from people, but I want to do my own, which is I want to thank you guys. We started this mission 10 years ago, and thank you, Laura. Laura's crying. That's okay. But we started within 10 years ago, and we really wouldn't be where we are today without your support. That support comes from volunteers that we have, to people that just giving a high five, to the money and the donations that we have, and the in-kind donations. So I want to raise my glass to everybody here, and to the staff, to the board, to all of you for doing what you do to make us so successful. So cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hey, Rod.
Yes.
What's at the bottom of a tree? Of the tree, the Giving Exchange tree? What are those called? They come out of the ground?
It's also a band.
No. Yeah, it is. It is.
Our recurring donors are all part of.
The Roots.
Ah, okay. There's my bingo.
I'm not quite
So
there
Roots.
yet. A
So
few
you have to
more
explain.
buzzwords.
Ming, you have to explain what Roots are. So we have some Roots people here.
Yes, the Roots are our recurring giving program. So anyone who gives on a monthly basis really sustains our entire organization. And it's really helpful for a very small organization like this to have that incoming donation that we can count on every month. So we do have a few Roots donors here. Bingo
Yeah,
from the
Drew just
Easter.
wanted that word. He didn't care about the Roots. He wanted that word. That's what he wanted.
Yeah.
He's not competitive at all. No.
Yeah,
We block
yeah.
his videos.
Well, the Easters got it, and the Easters are card 019. We will check them out. They are also members of the Roots, and they have been to the trip to Kenya with us.
With their
I should
children,
formally
with their
say,
kids.
with their kids. I would like to hand it over to them. I will formally say this is the end of our formal toast. If you have to run, please do. Thank you for coming, but we are going to stick around for another 15 minutes or so. We'd love to just chat with you all. And any questions, anyone who's going to Kenya in the fall, have questions for people who have been there, questions for Rod, Jolie's on the call. So please hang out if you can, but otherwise our formal program has ended. And I know Aaron just stepped away, but hi, Casey and Aaron. Is there anything you'd like to share about your experience and why you are such amazing supporters? Oh, can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
It doesn't look like you're muted.
The mic's not working.
Maybe we'll come back.
All right, how about that?
Yeah, there you are.
We just feel really passionately since we were there and we could see everybody in action, and you see exactly where the money's going and you see it changing lives. So exactly what your mission statement is, to be able to see that in person is so just amazing and life-changing. And we can't wait to go back, and our kids always talk about going back too. So it's such an amazing experience, and we can't thank you enough.
I was going to share one quick thing, so I had to get the door real quick. We took our girls to camp this week in New Mexico this weekend, and on the way to camp, we were singing a song that we learned in Africa. I went to the market, Katibu. So we were song, and we were just telling them and going through Ming some of the great songs you taught us.
Well, Layla taught us milk. I remember it very well. We need her to come back and teach it again.
So it's really fun.
What they're talking about is we go to these camps to our projects, and there are usually children there. Instead of us just doing the adult stuff, we do workshops with the kids where we'll have to do a craft, but we always have a song. And so one of the songs came from Easter's, and the Ming from also. So all the years that she went to camp, it's paid off, Steve. It's paid off. He knows the songs from camp.
Yeah.
Oh, come. It's over.
Can't wait for you to come back. Anyone else have anything they want to add? Brian Michaels, you were there on like the first trip.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. I still have my little wood necklace token hanging on my stand.
Yeah, with our name tags.
Yeah, they're beautiful. It's an amazing time. I mean, it's crazy to get your hands dirty and touch the souls and the people there, and they give you so much more than you give them, and it's unbelievable that we can just take a few dollars out of our pocket every month or week or whatever it is to make such a dramatic exponential impact on those people over there. So it's an inspiring thing to do, and I would highly recommend anyone that is curious, to get out of your comfort zone and try it. And I will warn you, you'll get addicted, and you'll love this place even more. So, little warning for you.
Thank you.
Hey, Laura. Yes.
How have you seen it change over these 10 years?
I think the people have stayed the same. They're very open, and as Aaron said, or Casey said, they're just loving kids. And so I think the biggest change has been us, of how we kind of have tried to push our Western ways, and we've really learned their culture and try to then conform. And I think we've matured ourselves more than they've changed. So we're getting more to educating them, not just giving them projects, but educating them in basic skills and things like that. And then with Jolie, such a bright man who's got such a great organization going. If we support him, the reach is so much wider. So I just think that we're getting smarter with help from like Jolie and people on the ground who have the same mission, the same passion that we have about helping people. And I think that's where we bond together. But I don't know, Mink, would you add anything differently over the time?
Yeah, I mean, it's all organizational growth right now. It's the systems, having our staff in place and having such a further reach because we've been there so many times and we know what to expect and we're more efficient with all of that. And I would say the biggest growth has been within our organization and improving our processes so that they can continue to have the most impact. This year, I mean, I'm just reiterating what Rod said. We're focusing on partnerships with local CBOs or NGOs who have infrastructure in country because it's really not. We've always known from day one. It's not our place to come in and project a problem or project a solution onto the community, but even more so to have someone local who has the education, the background, and the resources to get further reach within the community. I'm very impressed with the process that has improved and how we are continuing to impact like exponentially. I don't know if anyone watched today's day 10 video, which showed kind of when we hit projects throughout the 10 years and when we hit numbers of lives impacted and when we hit dollars of invested, but it's like a definite exponential chart. It's like it's skyrocketing up and it's been a real joy to watch and be a part of that growth.
That's amazing.
I think another thing we've added is that we've got staff now. We know it was just a couple of volunteers at the very beginning and we weren't able to do things. And now we've got a process, we've got checklists, we have Ming running everything. And I'm just, hopefully she keeps me on. So she really runs this place now. And so that's the big thing now is that we've got processes in place. We've got a staff. We've got beneficiaries on the ground. We've got now 2 to 3 countries that we're in. We continue to grow. So
how have you seen things change in these countries over the 10 years? And how do you find where to go?
great question. Before we went to Morningstar RIA, I met RIA through somebody and we really started at the Morningstar Orphanage. And then the word got out from her. And then it kept growing and growing. And now we're getting pretty, we had maybe 5 requests at the beginning. And last year we got 50 requests. We're just growing and growing. So it's word of mouth. They're seeing our webpage. It's just exponentially growing. So over those 10 years, we're getting better at evaluating what's a good project that will succeed, and getting better at implementing those projects. But I can't say over the time the people have changed that much. The need is still there, and it's I think our job, our duty as humans to share and to help each other out. And so that's what we're doing.
Thank you.
The very first project was I went to the Morningstar and the kids were using a bucket. They had no toilets. They had no running water. They had nothing. And I said, look, we can do that. So somebody from Iowa who's a septic tank expert came over and we installed a septic tank. So we just learned a lot over the time.
Thank you.
Hey, Laura, I'll comment on that too, if you don't mind. I think one thing we've learned is that change is slow and we need to be very patient and impact as many people as we can, but also realize, as Rod mentioned earlier, what we'd expect, how fast change would happen in our daily lives, it's not the same. And we have to be patient with that and make sure that we focus on some of the root causes. Oops, there's roots again. Root causes that are that impact the bringing up of families and the getting educated and moving through and moving up instead of being stuck in a certain area for the rest of their lives.
I know we're so addicted to 24/7 turnarounds.
And pushing data, which is something we're learning in the middle. I'll just admit to this core group of like trusted supporters of like, you know, we want the data because our grants require the data and our donors require the data. And it's like, it's a different style of measurement. It's teaching how to measure in the first place. So the communication through partnerships has improved significantly. And you're really, it takes that extra hand-holding, which we're able to give right now, which I think is really unique as our organization, being small and super personalized. We don't do more than 10 projects a year, and it can take us up to 6 months to launch one project from the day they apply, because we're teaching them how to fill out a budget, and we're teaching them what and like the difference between income and like net revenue is. So it's a very intimate process that makes us very close with our beneficiaries and partners that I think is really special to this organization.
I also just want to add, I don't think people understand that just a little bit goes so far. Second year that we went, we did a chicken coop, and it was about $3,700 this chicken coop. And I was at Frankfurt on my way back to the US, and I walked by a watch store, and this watch was $4,000. And I'm like, wow, this watch or a chicken coop? And I go, we have to realign our values in our life. And so, you know, when people give $25 a month or $50 a month, that just adds up to these huge projects for us. And so I don't think people understand that just giving a little bit every month adds up. We have, you know, 200 donors, they each have $25 a month. That's a big deal for us, and that's our whole budget. So you know, I think, you know, those are the things that we want to educate people on, is just a little bit goes a long way. So sell us your watches, send your watches to 455 Summit Road, and any diamond rings or anything of value, just send it to me.
Once you start seeing things through that lens, it's hard to unsee it.
Exactly.
I have 2 other board members on this call, I think. I hope I'm not missing, but Paul and Amy. Do either of you want to say anything? We have a few minutes left here.
Well, I think Drew and Terry said it all for us, but you know, again, just from what I said this morning, you know, it's an honor and a privilege being a board member for this great organization. I'm really looking forward to going to Kenya this summer for the first time. Work always got in the way before, and then the pandemic, and so this is the first opportunity I've really had to go, and I am really looking forward to it. And you know, just the expectation that Drew and Terry and some of the other board members and other people that have been there have set, you know, have me very inspired and looking forward to meeting the people, hanging out with the kids, you know, and just being inspired by all the work that we do. And so, you know, again, it's so great, and you know, it's great. This 10 years has been so amazing, and just as you said, Ming, the growth that we've seen, you know, even just in the last 3 years, really, has been amazing. So, yeah, just again, cheers, another toast, and you know, congratulations to everybody involved.
What are your projects for August? Are you going in August again? What are your projects this August?
Yes, we are going in August. We're visiting Kenya. It's interesting now that half of our projects are in Uganda and in Kenya. We get to visit where it all started. So definitely at Morningstar, we're working with them to continue to amp up their dairy cow production and their biogas production facility. And then we have, well, yeah, this is a sneak question because we haven't formally launched them. They'll be launched in the next month, but sneak peek, we are continuing the dairy production with Divine Mercy, Sister Esther. I think Susan and Terry especially had an amazing relationship with Sister Esther in our visit last March. She runs the home of 30 toddlers. She says toddlers, but she never lets the kids go because she takes care of them. There's no place for orphans in Kenya to really go. So she started a home for toddlers, but she's had the same kids there for the last, I think, 12 years now. Sorry, I'm getting off track because these people are so inspiring. That's the dairy production. And then I think our third big one is Joe Dada Trust, also a fan favorite. The home for young mothers. We are building up their, so we've been slowly year over year building up their sewing production for their mothers who live at the home, and also for women from the community to come learn a new skill of sewing. That continues to grow. So we had a major donor donate a classroom last year for them to facilitate these greater community trainings. And in the coming months, we're going to help them with the education that they need to continue to market and sell their products. So those are, I think, our main three for August, but there will be more and they'll be announced in the coming weeks.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Well, that brings us to our half hour. Is there anyone who wanted to say anything else? Thank you so much for coming. I'll hand it back to you, Rod.
Well, just again, thank you all. I do want to, top right corner for me is Lisa. Lisa's my partner and has been for 20 years. I want to thank you too for letting me do all these things. And I come home and like, this is what happened. And then I go to Africa and she packs for me. So thank you, Lisa, for all you've done.
Did you want to try to have Jolie to speak again yet?
Let's try it, Jolie. You want to try it, Jolie?
Hello. Hello.
We can hear you.
We can hear you.
Try it. Just try it.
Are you able to hear me?
A little bit, yes.
You are hearing me?
It's not very smooth. So if you just want to say a few things, we should be able to catch on and maybe I can repeat it.
Yeah. What I was still expounding, I was saying that the bigger project has improved the livelihoods of the people in our community. Because
so the Piggery Project has improved the lives of the people in your community. Maybe say a sentence and I'll try to, and you can tell me if I'm saying it correctly.
Yeah, because each pig can farrow on average 6 to 12 piglets, and these beneficiaries are able to earn income of about $300 to $500 per each farrow, and which they have used to educate their children, to cater for the medical bills, to improve the lives of the malnourished children, and they can save a little amount of it, which is being injected in small other income generating projects, small scale businesses also, which have contributed to the improvement of their livelihood. And our approach is to teach them to fish other than give them the fish.
That's great. Thank you, Jolie. Teach a man to fish instead of hand him a fish. Thank you. Thank you. Back to you, Rod, to close us out.
Well, just thank you. You know, we, as I said before, we couldn't be here without you and the support that you have given us, financially, psychologically support. So we're still fundraising though. So the link that Ming sent in the chat, you can still give. And so one last toast to everybody. So thank you so much for everything. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you so much.
What number are we at right now?
We made it to 50,000.
Wow.
Wow.
50,000.
Great.
So and Drew's going to match that. What? Oh, you're breaking up. What?
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah, our goal was 20.
So we're going to do it every week this week. Every week this month, we're going to have this. No, it's amazing. We're going to talk about forecast. Like we forecasted $10,000. We got 50. So that's great.
Fantastic.
Amazing.
Great. That's great.
So
Great.
just think of all the cows we can buy.
All the chicken coops.
Cows and chickens and yes. But thank you guys all for joining us. We really, really appreciate it.
Thanks,
Okay,
everyone.
bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.